couple of bucks. Hey, nice. Look at that hidden gap hole. Alright guys, I don't think you'll be able to see me, but we're heading back out there. I think it's about 5 o'clock, an hour or so till the sun starts to come up. But yeah, back into commercial. Charter season went pretty quick, mainly groups this year, but it was pretty good. But I've got a little bit of quota left over. The commercial season ends the end of this month before the quota switches over, so we've got a little bit left to catch, so we'll get that done. But just a quick overnighter again, because we don't have the weather. But the weather looks really dry tonight, so that should be good. New moon last night, so we'll see how that goes for us. But I've heard they've been hungry. And like I said, we got the weather's joy, so hopefully a nice cruisy trip. Got the weather's coming in with vengeance, but about lunchtime tomorrow, so it'll be a case of get out there, fish hard until that happens. Something a bit better. We started off on some inshore lumps that have been holding a lot more fish than they normally do. There's always a risk that these are just going to be overrun with trevally, but they sometimes hold schools of transient pinkies. They should be a bit further south this time of year, but it's definitely worth a crack. If these spots do fire, they also produce a lot of other good fish. That's not good. Not good at all. Keep the lights turned on. So the pinkies Just leave there for a minute and I'll show you once we... Yep. That's almost enough to make it worth it this time of the day.
Yeah, yep.
Became fairly obvious pretty quickly that majority of the show were just trevallies. There were definitely some other decent fish down there too, but not the pools of pinks that I was hoping for. And the trevally were definitely beating them to the baits, so it wasn't worth wasting too much time with. Gave it one more crack on another spot, but as soon as it was obvious that the trevs were going to win the battle, we kept looking elsewhere. There's a couple of bucks.
Hey, nice.
But still not worth fighting those fuckers for. Every time we move, I get you to swap the water in these tubs.
Yeah.
I've actually had heaps of people commenting and asking how we make our snoods, or the lines that we clip the hooks to. We pretty much just tie double grannies in them, or figure 8 knots, whatever you want to call them. It's a bit of a mission too, because they're normally about 30 metres long, holding 20 to 30 hooks. So you got to pull the full length of the line through each knot. So it takes some time, but yeah, this is how it's done. Nothing too special. Like I said, just a double knot. Some people use crimps and things like that, but I've found the knots go through the winches a little bit easier and definitely hold the hooks in place fine. So that's what we stick to. Definitely one of the more tedious jobs, like I said, having to pull the full length through every knot. If someone knows a better way to do it, let me know, but this seems to be the way that works for us. We worked our way a little bit wider, a little bit at a time, just to feel it out and see what the current was doing. Became pretty obvious that the fish definitely weren't on. We were probably better off fighting with the trevally for a few more hours till they did come on. But we just kept working, kept looking, see what happened. But it turned out to be quite the long day for not much reward at all. But obviously all we could do is keep working, keep looking, slowly worked a little bit deeper, and just hope that once that sun set or shortly after, the fish came on. Just washing baits. Oh, they better be starving tonight. This has been a rather slow day. Well, better than the last 6 spots already.
Hey.
That's what I want to see, a bit of floating. That's a very pink. Nothing amazing, but fucking hell, a lot better than we've seen. You're right. I'll get out your way.
Sorry, mate.
No,
I need the decoy.
That's what we want. Fucking get some kilos quickly with these fuckers. reckon I can stop worrying about the bait now. Look at that hidden gaff hole in the gills. Do this for 12 hours and we can go home. But luckily, a little bit after sunset, the fish finally did start to fire, so all we had to do now was get to work. I told you they'd be starving. We got a pretty good sunset bite, but then they died off pretty quickly. Still nothing like during the day and worth working through the night for, that's for sure. Choking pearlies. talked to a few people through the off season and learnt what I could to try and make sure we were keeping the fish the best quality we could. So worked out that we did need to step up our slurry game a little bit. So you notice that we're running the initial slurry in the small esky, and then a much bigger one with a lot more ice, a lot more volume to keep the water cold and get the fish core temperature down as quick as we can these days. We let them sit in that one for a couple hours and then pack them out into the other esky. So might also notice that we started gill clipping the fish as well. So I'm not fully convinced that it's required, but I mean, any little thing that's going to help the quality of the fish, we're definitely going to give it a crack. So we, as normal, we spike the fish, but then we also give the gills a bit of a clip, put them in water to flush the blood out for a while, try and get that water nice and flush, nice and clean, then into the ice slurries as soon as that blood's cleared. We ended up fishing all the way through past sunrise. The fish had slowed right down at this point, but I knew they weren't doing anything during the day, so it was worth fishing all the way through, making the most of it before we had to head in. Ended up with a pretty reasonable load for just an overnighter, but really good quality fish, so that's good as well. Unfortunately, we hadn't timed the trip the best. The truck that normally picks our fish up only comes through Coral Bay twice a week, and just missed that, so that was a couple of days away now till the next one. So I wasn't going to let these fish sit around, so we get these loaded up, get a couple hours sleep, and then hit the road and drop these ones off ourselves. it doesn't get much better than this, with most of these fish swimming less than 24 hours before this. So as fresh as it gets. Good to drop it off in person, see the fins boys as well. But yeah, cheers for watching to this point, and see you next time, guys.